What's up, guys? It's Matt, and with the draft being literally yesterday, we are back into the NFL mindset. Today we're gonna react to the record predictions. I know it's kind of been a long time coming. I kind of delayed it a little bit. Maybe could have done it earlier, but we're doing it now. So how this is gonna work is I'm gonna give myself some points each time. So if I'm right on the money with the record, I get 2 points. If I'm like 1 or 2 games away from predicting the right record of the team, I give myself a check mark. But if I get 0 points and the record is 3 wins off, just completely wrong, then I will give myself a sad Matt hamster because I did not cook there. That's going to be the rule system. Look forward to the next video being the game-by-game record, season schedule release. I do it every year, so look forward to that. I don't want this video to be too long, so we're just gonna see, get to the gist of every record. So I believe I start with the NFC South. What's up, guys? It's Matt. I'm back. Division by division. Let's go to the NFC South, and I have you just don't go back to back. That just doesn't happen. As like I got the Panthers at 4-13. So oh boy. Let's pull up the standings here. Doubling the record, and hopefully, they can just have a better record than last year. You really can't get any worse. I have at 4-13. I believe they went 5-12. We got the New Orleans Saints 8-9. I was happy with how the Panthers did. Let's just go back to them. I was pretty good, right? That's 1 point, right? Let's just get Panthers went 5-12, so I get 1 point. We'll take that. Next, we got the New Orleans Saints, 8-9, third. Oh God, my cursor's showing in the video. Yeah, the Saints were so bad. This was a bad pick. They went 5-12 as well. So just not a good pick. But I mean, they started well. They started 2-0. You thought they were going to be good, and then everything just went to absolute shit and pandemonium on that team. They were bad. You could argue they had a rough schedule in the middle of that, but that just no excuse. I don't know why I said 8-9 for them. I just thought with the veterans on their team, they were just gonna have a decent record. In the NFC South, they were just really bad, really underwhelming. All right, so that is gonna be. So I got 1 point so far. It's going to be a sad hamster. Let's just go to the next team, who I said would make the playoffs, but they just end up winning their division, so there was that. What did they end up with? I know they had a decent record, like 9-8 or something. Wait, what? Oh, there it is. 10-7. So that's going to be 2 games back, so that is going to be 1 point. So I got 2 points. I mean, to me, this is. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep track of this the whole time, but yeah, I mean, they ended up where I thought they would be, the 8-9, 10-7. That's really what I thought their ceiling was. So they hit their ceiling. So good for them. But this was pretty rough pick. Actually, this is not rough at all. I had them winning the division at 9-8, but they went 8-9. That's another check mark. Let's go. We'll take that shit. Season for these guys to. Kirk Cousins panned out okay, but then he just really started sucking as the season went on. They benched him for Michael Penix. We'll see how Michael Penix does next season. We're not going to talk about the future. We're just going to talk about this season alone. I thought Bijan Robinson didn't do as well this season. Yeah, just nothing panned out incredible, and that was why the Buccaneers ended up winning the division. So that's going to be the NFC South. NFC West next, interestingly. And the Cardinals went 8-9. Right now, my picks weren't that bad, besides the Saints. But the NFC South, was pretty unpredictable. Just a really bad division. That's why I have kind of the order I have the NFC first, but I have the divisions ranked as I thought they were going to pan out. But we got the Cardinals, who went 8-9. Not too shabby. I like that. That's going to be another point. I guess a surprise. Another point to me. This is one of them, but I have
See what
more,
I say.
don't worry. So we got the Cardinals coming at 7-10. I think the addition of Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to work wonders.
He didn't do that good
every game last season.
But
even though people thought they were going to be the worst.
Just a good team
ever,
overall.
They competed with the best teams. They compete with every team, like every week, besides like 2 games.
They really did.
They didn't have Kyler Murray most of the time.
Yep.
When they got Kyler Murray, they started winning those close games. So, like, there's just so much upside to this offense now that Kyler Murray's going to be back. He might be, like, a huge essential for this team, especially to go in 7-10 and have this crazy run. So,
yep. I like that Cardinals pick. All right, we're going to move on. Did they finish last? No, they did not. Oh shit! Oh, I know what's coming soon. But you can't blame me for what's about to come. All right, 8-9. They went 10-7, so that's gonna be another point for me, dude. I'm just getting a lot of check marks. Nothing really on the money here.
I think Geno Smith is getting a lot past his prime.
They went 10-7. I have 8. Not bad, dude.
It's just
they're always a fringe playoff team. Like I said, they didn't make the playoffs again. But I predicted them to be a fringe playoff team, and that's right where they were. 10-7, still didn't make the playoffs. Unfortunate. I would love to see myself talk about these teams. I'll pick the teams like that I talk about that I want to know what I said about them. The Rams went, I think, 10-7. Yeah, and 9-8, dude. I'm cooking. I'm not doing too bad, but yeah, here we go.
I just think they're just a good team, dude.
They're a good team. And they actually won their division because of the fucking 49ers going 6-11. That is a sad hamster. I mean, you can't blame me though. Maybe I should have predicted them that the injuries were gonna come soon. I think I even mentioned it.
Fred Warren or Trent Williams, they got everybody. Brandon Ayuk.
Let's see here.
I know he's holding out, but he's playing there.
He played.
Samuel.
He did play there, and he got injured.
Come on now. Hufanga. They got the most complete roster. They got the roster that everyone could name like 10 players on.
Yep,
it's true. Be good, whether you like it or not. And they should be 14-3. Now, the one concern on this team is the injury bug.
Oh, gee. Yep, I mentioned the injury bug. There it is. So I'm not even too mad. I'm not too mad because the injury bug did happen.
If any of these people get injured, that's big trouble. So.
And it was big trouble. If people did get injured, big names. And, yep, 49ers season did not pan out the way they wanted to. And they finished with a worse record than Dallas somehow. We're going to get to the end. Speaking of the NFC East, we're on the NFC East. Here we go. Giants went 3-14. I'm cooking. I'm not getting the fire emoji with this one, but I did get one off, and that is going to be another check mark and another point. I mean, there's nothing to talk about here. Malik Neighbors was good. I will say that, but just completely expected for me. They just did horrible. Oh, boy. Now, this is a sad hamster. The Commanders went 12-5, so just flip that around, and, you're looking pretty good. But, hey, no one could expect Jane Daniels to pan out the way he did. I'm really happy, honestly, the Commanders did that well that season. I'm really happy. I like the Commanders. I don't hate their roster. I didn't hate their team going in. I may have said I don't even hate their team, but I just thought, that rookie quarterback was going to be rough of a season. I didn't like the roster besides Terry McLaurin. Completely proved me wrong. Let's see what I say here.
12 Commanders. This team started pretty hot last season. They started like 2-0.
Yep. And just like the Saints,
fell
though.
Off the tracks, and they ended 4-2.
Just like the Saints, by the way, and they ended at 5-12, so it was kind of funny.
They just got a new quarterback. Obviously that's going to be growing pains. So
it was not growing pains, unless he has a sophomore slump. We'll see about that. We'll see my record predictions. My record predictions, by the way, will be August. That's usually when I do them. Maybe like July, since the Hall of Fame game is going to be end of July. So look forward to that. But look forward more to the schedule release. The schedule release game by game, which will be in a few weeks. But yeah, good for the Commanders, man. Now this, another sad hamster. AFC East, I just had really wrong in the middle. But I'm not too mad. I had the Giants and I had the Eagles obviously on top. So just that middle, that gray area with the Cowboys and Commanders. Just kind of flip them around and it would look like a really good pick here. But they went 7-10, so like I said, sad hamster. Sad Matt. I just didn't think they would be that bad. I thought, they'd always be a good playoff team. No, they just... It looks like there's some rust starting to show in Dallas, especially with Jerry Jones running that team. Micah Parsons didn't do as good. I mean, the whole team didn't do as good. Dak Prescott got injured mid-season. That didn't help. But, yeah, this team probably was going to finish 7-10 regardless. Just looked really bad. Maybe even worse. Ugh.
He's champion for like 20 years.
Eagles, by the way, they went 14-3? Yep. So that's another not right on the dot. Man, if I had one win away picked as fire emojis, there'd be fire emojis all over the place. Dude, I'm not mad. These are I'm actually not too upset with my picks so far.
See,
like I said,
they still got Jalen Hurts, who I think is
a lot of people doubted this team, thought Dallas was going to come on top. Maybe some people thought Commanders, which was not bad of a pick, but Eagles, man, like I said, NFC East never finishes with a back-to-back winner. So maybe Commanders possibly will win it next season. Who knows? But Eagles are definitely going for a repeat.
Get that offense,
we'll see.
Get that run.
All right, NFC North, who we thought was going to be the best, and it kind of was, record-wise, but in the playoffs, they went 0-3. This was, wow, what a terrible pick. I think everybody had 6-11, though, 5-12 for the Vikings after hearing about J.J. McCarthy, and, I'm not too mad. Very unexpected team to go 14-3, but who knew Sam Darnold was going to be that good? I didn't. So another sad hamster for me. I'm just going to move on because they didn't impress in the playoffs. Bears went 5-12. I had them going. I thought I'd nail them, man. Well, I kind of did nail them narrative-wise. They had the growing pains. They did even worse than people thought. They thought they were going to be a playoff team. I said this was a hot take at the time that the Bears would go 7-10. So, I mean, you could call this a good pick, which it was. We're going to give ourselves a point because they went 5-12. But I think I cooked with what I said about them, so can't be mad about that. And, the recap, we're not even going to listen to it. I said the Packers would go 7-10. They went 11-6. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I think I'm just a Packer hater, but they did just go one and done in the playoffs, so it seems they're just a fringe playoff team. I did predict they'd be a fringe playoff team here. See, they're the 9th seed, just barely missed, but they made the playoffs, but they went one and done, like I said. I think I'm underestimating how the team is going to be. I mean, they did win a lot of games without Jordan Love, so the team is there. They did just get Matthew Golden in the draft. Good for them. But, yep, a lot of good stuff to look forward to in Green Bay. I guess they did win last season against the Cowboys, but, man, Jordan Love, to me, is just he's an above-average QB. I'll give him that. He's just not that. He's not that extra step they need, extra force. But, I was wrong. I was wrong about that pick. I had the Lions going 11-6. They went 15-2. So I thought this was a good pick originally, but that's going to be a sad hamster technically. Even though I have them winning their division. Should I have them winning their division as at least a point? I don't know. Should I do that? I'm just going to give myself a sad hamster because they went 15-2. That was the rule stated. So,
contender.
we're just moving on. Colts Goes ahead at 4-13. Yikes. Yikes. They went 8-9. Still not as impressive, but just not as bad as I thought they'd be. But again, they lost to the Giants to secure a playoff spot. I mean, they're just like you can't tell me they're just not as good of a team as they think they are. I mean, Anthony Richardson didn't even play that well. So my narrative was, well, just the record was different. You know, I did say Anthony Richardson was completely overrated. Did not play that well. Did not play that well at all. Oh boy. Now this one I was just completely wrong about. Wide receivers was not good. Will Levis wasn't the worst quarterback in the league, but he had some absolutely terrible plays that cost this team a lot of games. And they ended up with the #1 pick. They got Cam Ward. They got a new quarterback. We'll see how they do with the receivers now. They did just get Tyler Lockett in free agency, so maybe some upside. They went 3-14, dude. This is an inexcusable pick. I just thought Will Levis was going to play decent. I thought the receivers were solid, and they just didn't play that well. The defense was pretty good, though. I'll give them that. Defense was not bad. But, God, what a terrible pick. All right, Jacksonville. Okay, the whole AFC South was terrible. The entire AFC South was terrible. The sad hamsters all around, I think, right? Yeah, sad hamsters for the entire AFC South because I see what's coming next. There were some injury bugs, but just terrible. All right, AFC South. Yeah, I said 13-4, but I was 3 off, so give me sad hamster because I was 3 games off. It's going to be a 13-4. Ended up going 10-7. CJ Stroud didn't do as well, sophomore slump. We're just going to move on. They also had some wide receiver injuries. Sad hamster as the Broncos went 10-7. Oh, we're dragging this video along, but yeah, just terrible. What can I say? Terrible pick. Ah, Jesus. Sad hamsters everywhere for the AFC so far. Just not. I did not pick well for the AFC. The AFC was really good, man. I was kind of cooking. But, what's his name? Oh, God. Bo Nix did not play that bad. He was actually really good. 10-7 for the Broncos. 5-12 I had for the Chargers, and they went 11-6. Sad hamster. Sad hamster. I just thought John Harbaugh wasn't going to be the answer. I was completely wrong. He did great. That's his name, right? Or is it Jim? I get mixed up all the time, dude. I think it's Jim. So Jim did not do that bad. They played very well. I don't think their offense really played good. But, you know, they got their wins. And good on them, man. I had the Raiders going 8-9. They went 4-13. Sad hamster. Gardner Minshew. I just thought they'd be a fringe playoff team because of the way Gardner Minshew played with the Colts. It might just be a system thing. Raiders just have a terrible organization. Brock Bowers played amazing, though. They have a stud at TE. When do they not? Because, you know, Darren Waller was good with them. But they ended up getting Ashton Jeanty out of the draft. That should be a great pick for them. Love that pick for the Raiders. And they got Geno Smith. They should be, honestly, pretty good next season. We'll see. We will see. They might be my surprise team, just like I did with the Cardinals and Titans. Might be my surprise pick next season. But got the Chiefs, 12-5. They went 15-2. So again, sad hamster, all fucking division, man. I was close with them, you know. You give me that, but yeah, let's just move on. Let's just move on to the AFC East. Oh boy, we got Patriots who went, I believe 4-13. I can't find them. There they are, 4-13. That's gonna be 1 point for me. do for the whole
We need that. We need that. Oh, jeez. I had the Buffalo Bills going 13-4. No, I have them going 7-10. I thought they were just going to be a little worse than last year. I thought they were going to slip away from Stephon Diggs, losing him. But they did just fine. They were just fine. I was completely wrong, like I said in the prediction videos. I mean, that just embarrassing. Embarrassing to think this team was going to go 7-10. So, sad hamster. A lot of sad hamsters to be expected.
down year for the Bills.
This wasn't a bad pick, but they went 8-9. Tyreek Hill did horrible. Didn't do as good. My heart is starting to beat, guys. It's hot in my house. Oh, boy. I need my fan back on. Hopefully this doesn't interfere with the sound. I just need a fan on, dude. I'm going to die. All right. Dolphins, 8-9. Yep, so that's going to be another sad hamster. Unfortunately. I think it's just Tyreek Hill being bad. This is probably the saddest hamster of all. Aaron Rodgers didn't play terrible, but he had some games where I just didn't know what the fuck he was doing. Defense completely stepped down. I mean, non-existent this season. Just a complete flip around for the Jets defense and the offense. So the team did worse without Zach Wilson. I mean, how the fuck does that happen? Unbelievable. I had the Steelers at 8-9. That's going to be a point for me. They're just always 8-9, 9-7, 9-8, 10-7, whatever the fuck you want them to be. They're just always mid. Just always mid. They can't stop being mid. It's absolutely terrible. They made the playoffs. They went 10-7, but they got first rounded. So, I mean, what can you even tell me this is a terrible pick? Not really. But this is a terrible pick. Sad hamsters. I think for the rest of the video, they went 3-14. Deshaun Watson was not decent. He was the worst quarterback maybe in the league. He got injured. Maybe that was a blessing for Browns fans. And DTR took over. Yeah, just not that much better. So 3-14 for the Browns. I had them going 11-6 because I thought Deshaun Watson was going to be decent. I thought he was going to be. I thought the defense was going to be good for the Browns. None of that was good. So really the same story for the Jets happened to the Browns. Just absolutely terrible. Gut-wrenching of season. Ravens, I had going 13-4. Guess what they went? 12-5. So I didn't cook with some of these, but if they were one off, I would add the fire emoji. So they did great, but I thought the Bengals were going to do better. To be fair, the offense was absolutely what I thought it was going to be. I just thought that defense, if it was any piece decent, probably would have went 13-4, 12-5, maybe 14-3, but they went 9-8 because that defense was awful the first 12 games, and they threw away games. The only game that wasn't lost by one possession was against the Eagles, who won the Super Bowl. So I'm not even mad about my pick. I'm really not. I thought the narrative-wise was great for the offense. You just can't predict the team to be the worst defense in the league. You just can't. I mean, it's really hard to. I could predict it in the record predictions next, in a few months, and I'll probably be dead wrong. It's just going to be a team you don't expect to be the worst defense in the league. That's how it works. But so they should be a lot more decent in the future because it's my team. I'm going to talk about it a little more. But Joe Burrow probably the best QB in the league this year, even though he didn't win MVP. I thought so as a Bengals fan. Obviously I'm biased, but that's how it is. But thank you guys for watching my record predictions. I did terrible in the AFC to do a little summary. Really good in the NFC, I thought. So let me know your predictions if you thought I did decent. I don't know how many points I ended up with out of the possible points, but let me know. Yeah, let me know how you think your team did in the draft, and I will see you in a few weeks for the game-by-game picks. See ya, y'all, later. Hakuna Matata.